Today, we are going to look at 15 signs that tell us your blood sugar level is high. Further, we will discuss some symptoms of diabetes. Do you feel thirsty even after drinking water? Do you end up making frequent trips to the bathroom? Do you feel tired often for no reason? These are possible signs of high blood sugar in diabetes. Stick around till the end and we will tell you all you need to know about this. First, let us quickly look at what diabetes is. Diabetes is a health condition that affects how our body turns food into energy. When you have diabetes, your body doesn't produce enough insulin and cannot use the insulin it is producing. People who have diabetes often face high blood sugar or hypoglycemia. Your sugar level usually spikes when your body cannot absorb sufficient amounts of insulin or has become insulin resistant. However, all cases of high blood sugar are not restricted to people with diabetes. You can see increases in your blood sugar levels if you suffer from an illness or are under stress. In addition, you can also have high blood sugar levels in case your diet consists of carbohydrate-rich foods like breads or pasta. Food that is rich in carbohydrates gets broken down into sugars during the process of digestion. Sugars like glucose require insulin in order to be absorbed. If your body is unable to produce sufficient quantities of insulin or is resistant to insulin, there will be a buildup of glucose and a consequent spike in your blood sugar levels. Allowing your blood sugar levels to remain high for an extended period of time can cause complications. Now, let's look at 15 common signs that show your blood sugar level is high. These symptoms may also indicate that you have diabetes. Number 1. Frequent urination. First up, there is the frequent urge to urinate. When your blood sugar levels are high, your kidneys try to reduce the concentration by expelling it. In such a case, you will have to make frequent trips to the bathroom. In fact, if you routinely wake up multiple times in a night just to urinate, it is likely you have high blood sugar levels. Number 2. Increased thirst. The next sign is excessive thirst. Now keep in mind that drinking water is good for you, and most people don't drink enough water. But if you drink water and still feel thirsty, or you constantly feel thirsty, it is likely you have high blood sugar. This happens because your body is trying to filter out excessive blood sugar. Number 3. Fatigue. Next up, we will discuss fatigue. High blood sugar levels are a common reason for fatigue. When you have hyperglycemia, the way your body uses glucose for energy changes. In addition, your body has to work really hard to filter out all the excess sugar in your system. These effects take a toll on your body, and you will feel fatigued for no reason. Further, frequent urination means that you are losing valuable minerals and fluids constantly. These factors contribute towards fatigue. Number 4. Shortness of breath. Next, we will look at why shortness of breath is a symptom of high blood sugar. Having too much glucose in your blood can affect lung function. Impaired lung function leads to shortness of breath. Number 5. Increased hunger. Increased hunger is also a sign that your blood sugar level is high. As we mentioned earlier, your body tries to filter out excess blood sugar. But glucose is vital for your bodily functions. When there isn't enough glucose available, your body sends out an automatic hunger signal. In such a situation, you feel hungry even though you have just eaten. Number 6. Sudden weight loss. The next sign we will discuss is sudden weight loss. Since your body is unable to absorb adequate amounts of glucose, it starts to use fat reserves and muscles as an energy source. In this case, you are likely to experience a sudden weight loss even though you were not trying to lose weight. This kind of weight loss is not suitable for your body. Number 7. Blurred vision. Another sign of high blood sugar is blurred vision. The blood vessels in our eyes are very delicate. High blood sugar levels over a long time can cause damage to these blood vessels. This, in turn, causes swelling that leads to blurred vision. Number 8. Cuts and wounds take a long time to heal. Another commonly seen symptom is that cuts and wounds on your body take a long time to heal. As we discussed earlier, high blood sugar levels cause damage to blood vessels in our bodies. This is not just restricted to our eyes. The damage is seen throughout the body. This results in poor blood circulation. It is for this reason that even minor cuts and wounds take a long time to heal. The danger arises when these cuts stay exposed for a long time. In such cases, you are at the risk of getting an infection. The worst case scenario, you may end up needing an amputation. Number 9. Tingling or numbness in the hands or feet. The next symptom we will discuss is a tingling or numbness sensation in our hands and feet. High blood sugar levels over a long time can have a negative impact on our nervous system. At first, you may feel sensations of tingling or numbness. However, this can quickly become a case of severe pain or neurological issues like neuropathy. Number 10. Skin discoloration and skin tags. Another common symptom of high blood sugar is skin discoloration and the development of skin tags. If your blood sugar levels have been high for a long time, it is likely you will see dark patches coming near the folds of your neck, underarm area, or groin. These patches are known as acanthosis nigricans. When you touch these areas, the skin has a velvet-like texture. In addition, you may notice skin tags developing around your neck and armpits. Number 11. Yeast infections. Next, we will look at yeast infections. Yeast infections become a problem for people with high blood sugar. In case there is excess glucose in the blood and urine, it acts as a food source for yeast. You would likely notice yeast infections near your mouth, groin, or armpits. For women, frequent yeast infections near their genital areas are a sign of high blood sugar. Number 12. Stomach issues. Another significant symptom of high blood sugar levels is stomach issues like gastroparesis. High blood sugar and diabetes may have an effect on the vagus nerve. This nerve controls the rate at which our stomach empties itself. In case the nerve has been damaged, food may stay in your stomach for too long, leading to the development of bacteria. The undigested food may form a lump, which is called a basor. Basors may block your stomach and cause issues. Number 13. Dental issues. Dental issues tend to arise when your blood sugar level is high. This is because your saliva has glucose in it. The bacteria in your mouth can use this glucose to grow. It can lead to issues like tooth decay, gingivitis, gum disease, and bad breath. Number 14. Swollen or bleeding gums. You may also face swollen or bleeding gums due to high blood sugar levels. The bacteria in your mouth makes use of the excess glucose in your saliva to create plaque. This can also cause gum diseases. In more severe stages, it can result in periodontitis. Now let us look at some factors that show you may already have diabetes. Age is a factor that decides whether you may have diabetes. You can develop type 2 even during childhood. However, it is most commonly observed among middle-aged people. In addition, people who are above the age of 45 have a high risk of developing diabetes. Obesity is one of the main contributing factors to developing diabetes and high blood sugar. In addition, obesity can also cause diabetes to take a severe toll on your body. Your pancreas creates insulin. Further, the glucose levels in your body are managed by the pancreas. As discussed before, insulin allows you to use glucose as a form of energy. It has been observed among obese people that their cells resist attempts by insulin to move glucose through them. In addition, people with obesity tend to have fat deposits in their liver. So when your body attempts to move the glucose to your liver for storage, it is unable to do so. This leads to your pancreas producing more insulin. Soon enough, the pancreas wears itself out and starts to produce less insulin. This causes an overweight person to develop diabetes. Leading a sedentary lifestyle may also cause diabetes. Recent studies have shown us that sitting for a long time can increase the risk of developing type 2 diabetes and heart disease. In fact, the study found that even if people who were sedentary exercised regularly, they still had a high risk of diabetes. Spending prolonged periods of time sitting down can change your body's metabolism. You can also develop insulin resistance due to a sedentary lifestyle. It seems like reducing the amount of time you spend sitting or lying down will make a difference. Your family's history with diabetes is another factor. If your parents or siblings have diabetes, you have a higher chance of getting diabetes. This arises because of genetic factors in the lifestyle that is shared by family members. It is also possible that family members may have the same metabolic abnormalities. In case you have high blood sugar or diabetes, it's not the end of the world. You should seek appropriate medical advice from qualified physicians for this purpose. Your doctor may tell you to eat a diabetes diet. This diet involves eating healthy food in moderate amounts and sticking to regular meal times. It will be rich in nutrients and low in fat and calories. The diet will focus on fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. In addition, you may be asked to make lifestyle changes like cutting down on alcohol, regular exercise, and moving away from a sedentary lifestyle. Weight loss is one of the best ways to control blood glucose levels. Doctors often recommend that sedentary behavior be substituted with standing or light physical activities. Further, instead of sitting for an extended period, you could decide to take regular breaks, have standing meetings, or walk to work. You can keep your blood sugar levels in a safe range by making healthy food and lifestyle choices. There you have it. We have discussed the 15 signs that show your blood sugar is high. How do you maintain a healthy lifestyle? How do you keep your blood sugar levels under control? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.